Okay, so today we're doing this plaid. I literally did those nails maybe in, I want to say it was like 2019 or 2018. I don't remember, but it was like her hands and she was like, let's bring this back. And I was like, yes. And I think the most special part about that is, it just hit me, is like, I mean, that was a few years ago before I had any products whatsoever or any idea that I would have any products. So I just think it's cute that I'm like, okay, here we are again, same client, same nails, same design, but with all of my products. And I think that's really cute and special, okay? So here's all the products we're using. First, we did 2 coats of extraterrestrial, which is that dark green that's almost black. And these are the 2 brushes I'm gonna be using for this whole design. So first, I took Overcast, which is that milky white. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make almost like the bottom left portion of a square. So it's kind of going to be almost like an off-center upside down T. And also I left this in because I really like this little smoosh brush trick that I do. I didn't like how wide I made that milky white line, so I cleaned my brush, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe part of it away and just like straighten it out. And that did the trick that made it how I wanted. And then we are crossing our T's on the bottom. We're just continuing that like bottom left square. See how it's a little off center? I know her nails are really short, but you can kind of see that it's off center. But it also proves, like, see how tiny her little nails are? And we can do such cute stuff on them. Plaid, I feel like looks so cute on really, really short nails like this, so I was very excited. So if you kind of notice what I'm doing with the milky white and the smoosh brush, I'm giving it a decent amount of pressure so it almost creates 2 milky white lines. Do you see that? And I really liked that look, so I kept going with it. And once I did the first layer of it, of the milky white, I went ahead and cured it. And then once that was cured, I ended up doing a second coat of the milky white stripes on top of it, just to make it pop a little bit more. And now that all those layers were cured, we're gonna start with the red. And the only thing I'm doing with we're using Movie Night, by the way, which is that like yummy maroon kind of color. The only thing we're doing with the red is layering it on top of the horizontal milky white line. And it's kind of nice, since we have that milky white color in the background, it makes the red pop more on top of that dark, dark green. So first, we're just doing that one, not the one that's perpendicular to it. We're doing just the horizontal one. Then we're taking my detailer brush and doing another line in red above that. And you can kind of see it's starting to form. The plaid is starting to form, but we need a little bit more of pops of color to make it nice and like well-rounded. So then we're going to take Vintage Tea, which is a new volume 3 color, which is that like kind of nice off-white, like creamy off-white, which is nice because it's not like super in your face like white. So this is our first pop. All we're gonna do, wait, do you see that I like my brush like stuttered, like I flinched, and now I'm gonna take the smoosh brush again to straighten it out / erase it. Like I kind of like use it to erase and straighten, and it just does the trick. It's so nice. Anyway, so that's the first pop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do, I believe I did 3 lines. Yeah, 2 parallel downward and then 1 across. So that's our first pop. And that really starts to frame the plaid and starts to form that square. And remember, with plaid, we're not doing lines in the middle. Like everything is slightly off center towards the outside of the nails because we're making a square. Otherwise, it might not look as plaid-y as you want. So, cured that pop, and the final pop is golds. Of course, we need gold. We're making it festive. We're making it wintry. So, I'm using this Presto Gold and finishing up the square. So, I'm basically finishing up the white pop of the square. So see now how the square looks finished. And then I just added another line. So I think I just did 2 or 3. I guess I did 3 lines with the gold. I couldn't take it. I was like, we need more gold. So I just kept going hard with the gold, finished the square, and here is the final result. I know.
It's so good.
Wow.
Ooh.
Woo-wee.
It's so good.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Stop it.
I know.
Stop it. Katie, stop it. How is there so much sparkle inside?
I know. That outro was so jazzy. Cinnamon sugar, everybody. Thank you for coming. Alrighty, and then last client of the day. You remember those nails. We did those in the last vlog. This one right here. I'll link it in the description if you didn't watch it. So we're taking that off. We only broke one, so that's nice. I fixed it with a tip. I just didn't film it because sometimes the camera just gets in my way and slows me down. You know, I bonk my head on it. I'm still working on my system, and I feel like it just messes me up sometimes. Why do I sound like Tanya McQuad? It just messes me up sometimes. So this is what we're doing. We're doing the comic book, but we're doing this specific nail on all of them. And we decided to make them purpley / like grayish lavendery with new volume 3 colors. So here we go. First step is do your base color 2 coats. I chose Dusk, which is a new volume 3 color, and it's kind of like a light lavender grayish color. And then what you're going to need is pick the colors ahead of time, because I don't know if you noticed in that picture, but there's 2 different like pinks. So we're going to do 2 different purples. We're going to do a darker one for an accent, and then this is the lighter one. So when you pick colors for this, pick sister colors, one darker than the other. And then once you get those 2 coats of color down, get your black gel. I'm using Boba Date, and then I'm also using my detailer brush, and all you're going to do is make a very like steady and kind of thick border around each nail. And you'll probably end up holding your breath a lot, much like I did.
This is like the part that requires all the concentration.
Yep.
It's harder with black or with gold, because you do it with gold so much.
black because...
Does it not wipe as clean?
Yep, bingo.
Do you hear my shortness of breath? I wasn't breathing. I was like I'm not breathing. I'm so focused, especially like the last client of the day and then the added pressure of filming it. And I'm like, I will not breathe until your design is perfect and each outline is perfect. And then once all the outlines are done and cured, then you're in the home stretch. Then it's super easy. So I got my darker color. Remember sister colors? We were talking about that earlier. So I got my other color, which is After Hours, which is more of like a grayish purple. And that I used for my accent. Then you just get a white, and the white is going to be the quote-unquote light reflection on the nail. So we're doing it on the other side. Just a little like swoop down and maybe a little like dot at the end just for added sort of comic book pop art effect. And then you can probably leave it like that, but then I just added another black line underneath the darker accent, just because. And here's me doing the rest of the nails. And of course, the ultimate key to this design is a matte top coat, because the matte doesn't reflect any light. Like, see how it's shiny right now before I wipe it? It doesn't translate as much as comic book because we already drew the light reflection. So when there's a real light reflection, it doesn't make sense. So that's why you gotta do matte top coat. And here is the final result.